What is good, ladies and gents? Hope you're all doing well. Everything's going alright for you. Like always, we'll see how much sabotage we get on this. Apparently, it's already going already. Camera's shutting itself off. Anyway, hope you're doing alright. And everything at your end is going well. I guess with everything, we'll start with some ground rules, if you want to call it that. But, if I say you, don't literally mean you on the other side of the screen. It's my poor command of English. But anyway, things got crazy yet since the last one. I'll leave it up to you to decide how crazy you think shit's got. But there's just a few things that have happened in the last, how long it's been now, is it a month or not sure. It actually came out a couple of weeks ago to do a video, but I didn't bring the SD card with me, so I got all the way out here, went to go and film the video, and flashed up no SD card. I was like, oh sweet, so that was pretty good. I guess this is like attempt 2 from then. Yeah. Anyway, this month is going real well. Well, this season 2022 is going super sweet. I injured myself quite severely. So that's obviously a general problem that I'm going to have to face throughout any season. But in addition to that, my knee decided to go, and I basically couldn't walk. So that put a massive stopper on me being able to do anything. So all the plants I intended to take out quite a long time ago had to go onto the back burner and just sit there and grow larger and larger and larger, to the point where I was like, oh, the bag that I got to transport these things, they're not going to fit in there unless I snap them all down. I didn't really fancy doing that, so I had to take them out in a plastic bag. Just generally in the middle of the night, it kind of looks like you're fly tipping or you're up to something. So that was fun, but with the ninja of ninjas, I managed to not get spotted. I certainly hope anyway, but you can never truly tell these days with shit flying around in the sky and cameras that are remote put up everywhere, and yeah, who really knows? I'm sure they're good at hiding them. But yeah, so I managed to, from last season, be pretty much perpetually stoned for about 6 months. That's pretty good. This season, I'm really hoping that it's not going to be a repeat of 2020, where I think I got about a quarter, if that. But at the moment I'm down to pretty much absolutely nothing, like scraping jars, and I've got this like kind of keef sieve box that I stick all the kind of shit that's left over in, and then shake it, and it takes all the trichromes out, and then smoke those. And I'm at the point now where it's a high possibility I'll be scraping that, scraping grinders, and scrape. I only have a little bit left, but it's kind of like emergency use only, and it's like literally one bong hit and that's it. And it's not the finest of anything. Maybe next time I should consider like going a bit easier. And I mean, like 6 months of being like fucked, like real fucked, like smoking to passing out level of smoking. So that was it's good while it lasted, but I knew as it was getting down that enjoy it while it lasts, because that shit will go out. And down to one garden it just sucks ass. But I don't know what it is, but it's like trying and testing or something. I don't know. I don't know really what I'm going to do. So one garden, and I've got 14 plants out at the moment. The drill has been super useful, and the ground in that garden is shocking. It's literally like that underneath the topsoil. But the auger bit, power planter thing, and the drill kind of chomped through it. I didn't break my wrist because I set the settings correctly. Didn't make all the crazy ratcheting sound that drills do, so it's kind of a bit more stealthy. Just need some nicer ground to work in, but around this area pretty much everything is clay, flint and chalk. It's not the best, and because my back is not in the greatest of ways, kind of reluctant to drag out compost, and yeah man, that shit's got expensive. A couple of years ago you could pick up 220 litre bags for about £15. Now they want to sell a 100 litre bag, which is the biggest that I can find, for 12 quid. So shit's gone up a lot. Yeah, as I said, it got better yet. I'm promising you it's not going to get better. Sorry to be the bearer of bad news or good news, depending on how you see it, because all these things are fulfillment of the things I said were going to happen. Know the season to which you are in. But yeah, I mean, on the last one, I was listening back to it, it's like, wow, really butchered the shit out of that. I was talking about the sheep in the sheep pen and so on and so forth. I guess the easiest kind of way to have said it was, once you know this information and this has become a reality to you, you don't stop. It's not like you just exit out of here. You still continue walking, and you have to walk in the same place as all the other sheeps, and some of them sheeps is not sheeps at all, something very different. It's like there's an analogy kind of thing that I was explaining to my son, which is like, you probably heard a lot of people say, it's like you're in the Matrix, like you're in a computer game, or you're in this non-reality reality simulation type thing. They're not wrong. That's pretty much exactly what it says. It's like you, I, everyone else, not from here or this place, aliens in this place, strangers in a land that's not where we originate from, and where we came from. If you could imagine, there was like an offering of a game, like the ultimate game, and you could come into this game and you could do pretty much whatever you want inside this game, including having children, which is something that you were unable to do outside of where we came. And given some rules, I guess, and like told, this is how things are in this game, and there's only one way out of this game, and that's to find the answer to this place. And if you find the answer to this place, which is clearly written on the label, it's like, here's the answer, everyone else thought that'll be easy. The problem was, as soon as you entered into the game, you forgot everything, including the answer, and instead the world took hold, and the answer's here. Like, the answer's written all over this place. It's like clear as day to anyone who can see, but in order to see it, you have to find the answer, so it's tricky. And but you can't just like exit, you can't quit, you have to continue your walk till whatever gets you either something or time. I don't know, I've kind of come to the conclusion that maybe denial of the Holy Spirit is suicide. Probably wouldn't suggest it. Wouldn't be a wise decision in case it is, but in any case, it's definitely not a wise decision. No matter how shit things get, it's not forever. And good things happen, bad things happen, just happens. And because this game is exactly that, the kind of, it's not the game master, but the one that created all things, anything that is, was, and came from the creator. And as such, the creator doesn't intervene in all matters, because if you could imagine how fun would this game be if every single time you tried to do something you were stopped and prevented. You would say, well, how can I play this game if I'm persistently prevented from playing the game? And so it's like, here's your ground rules, here's your things, now walk, carry on. And I guess the one who's in control here says do whatever you want, and the one who is outside of here, who is of all things origination, says no, you should stick by these 10 things and follow them, and they won't see you wrong. And then at the end of the game, you have your kind of like history read out, and from it you're judged. So every single thing you do, including all the things I'm saying, doing, walking, the fact I'm here, is all being recorded, and it will all be read out. And yeah, you're trying to keep that book as acceptable as you possibly can, because it's all going to get read out. There's nothing that's hidden that won't be revealed. It's like a tally of your score, if you will. And if you have the answer written in your book, then you will be forgiven for entering this place where you should not have come, because it wasn't a smart thing for any of us. But walking around amongst us is these things that are in human skin. They look like people, they talk like people, but they're not people. They are a hunter, if you will, and they're gonna hunt you out and kill you. So what I mean by this is, should a hunter come for me and kill me, it doesn't help them in any way other than to prevent me from being able to share the information that I know that might help someone else. Whereas if they catch someone who doesn't have the answer, it's like a score point to them. They win, they take that one, and that's theirs, because you died before you found out what the answer was. Sounds all weird and wonderful, I know, but you read it and you'll see yourself, I guess, and if you ask, you shall receive, and so on and so forth. Just don't ask for money. Don't ask for cars. Ask for houses and fine clothes and all of that stuff, because the one who controls this place, he's the one who'll give you all that shit. Probably best to ask for wisdom of anything else, because if there's anything to learn from Solomon, he didn't ask for years of life, treasures, or any of these things. He asked for the understanding of the one who was and is yet to come. And Solomon's herb, healing of the nations. Anyway, such it is, and carry on this walk anyway, and see if the hunters come hunting, the killers and the murderers. But I mean, they say like, oh well, How do you know these things are wandering around with us? Now, Jesus told his disciples when he sent them out, they might want to go and get swords. If they don't have swords, they might want to sell their cloaks, which was their only form of warmth at night and a covering and a protection, and instead buy a piece of sharp cold steel which serves one purpose, which is to kill. And said, I'm sending you out amongst wolves in sheep's clothing. And this message pertains to anyone who wants to walk this walk, and who will be amongst wolves in sheep's clothing, who will come and chew you out, eat you up, and do whatever they can to ruin you, make your life miserable and whatever. And you can't see them, and less through technology, because they even wrote some of this shit on these emerald tablets of Thoth, which I spoke about before, where mentions that they can be seen through technologies or through sorceries, where they're kind of like, I don't know, visages revealed. So I see all these like fucked up like reptilian type things. In the beginning, there was 3 in the garden. One was a serpent, a reptile. The other 2 were, didn't listen, I guess us, and decided to listen to the serpent instead. And the serpent and the woman who was deceived, an enmity was put between the 2 of them, namely the seed. The woman doesn't have seed, she has an egg, so talking of Christ, it's enmity between the 2, and one would bruise the heel of one and the other one would crush the head of the other, and so it would go round and round and round. So the children of the serpent, reptilians, huh? Hey. You can see them if you have the, I guess, the discernment of the Holy Spirit. That you hear this stuff, and I guess you know it too. But you'll know them by their fruits, and of their father, who is a deceiver and a murderer from the beginning. You will know them. So, persistently lying, a killer, a hunter, someone who takes. It's arseholes, basically. It's generalisation. If you see an arsehole, there's probably a good potential chance that one is a wolf in sheep's clothing or a serpent wearing human skin. The other one is they like to wink their eyes and stick their tongues out at the same time. It's kind of the one eye shit, the winky eye. Stick their tongue out at the same time. And they throw up like a V sign with their fingers, and if you look at the V, it's like pointing down, rather than being the other way around, pointing up. So stick your tongue out, wink your eye, and hold up a V. Good way. But I mean, other people like copy the reptilian type fuck nuggets that are going around here. I don't know whether they're redeemable or not, who knows, possibly. Possible. Who knows, it's not my place to judge till I get given an iron rod. I bear no position to judge any. All I know is all of this is being recorded in my book, and it will be opened up and be read from, and I'm sure there will be much shame of the things that get read out from my life, but I will have recorded in there that I confess Jesus as Lord. I'll have recorded in there that I went underneath the water and was cleaned. And yeah. Can see some deers up there. Possibly. See if it lets me zoom in on them. Nope. This camera's like messed up settings. Right, now it's doing that. Intriguing camera, intriguing. I don't know. been all bashed up, knees all messed up, but my knee's feeling alright. I mean, I managed to, when I got the SD card, I did the complete walk, which is like about 6 miles or whatever. My knee really fucking hurt afterwards, but that's alright. I'm not gonna do that. I've got other things that I need to do. Whether or not this is a short video or a long video, I don't know. But one of the things I did find is this little piece of information. The truth and a lie, or the truth and error. So I think we're all in agreement that the sky is blue. Now, if that was challenged and people then started to say, no, it's not blue, it's actually green, and then the whole world started going, yeah, it's green, yeah, the sky's green. The truth is that it's blue, but yet the whole world is saying that it's green. Now, obviously, all the people are now in error. They're believing a lie, which is that the sky is green when in fact it's blue. The truth that the sky is blue gives quite literally 0 fucks. It doesn't care. It's immaterial. It's not even a thing to the truth, because the truth is the truth. And what happens is, and the reason why the truth doesn't care about an error at all, it's not even a thing to it, is because as soon as the error is revealed, truth replaces it, and the error is destroyed, and is no more. So error or lies are persistently running around trying to survive the truth, because the truth is like a consuming fire that just consumes it. It is no more. There's nothing left of it, because the truth has replaced it. The truth is the truth and can't be changed. So take of that what you will. And the other kind of thing is the sun has been here a very long time. It wasn't created on the first day. It's not what makes the day light. The sun was made after the first day, and the moon was made after the first night. And they were put in that position that they would be a great light in those periods of time. But the sun and the moon isn't what makes the day. So the sun has been going around. Let's ask you a question. Do you think the sun gives a shit whether you what your political views are? Do you think that it cares at all about how you're feeling? Do you think it even cares whether you're alive or dead? Well, it's going to carry on its course as it does, as it is commanded to do. And the sun goes about its journey and does exactly what it's told, which is to rise and set. And the moon does exactly the same thing. And the sun and the moon are not God. They are lights that were placed in the heavens, in the firmament, and they go about their course. The sun doesn't give a shit whether you call it the sun. It is what it is. The truth is, it is exactly what it is, and it will carry around its course, and it will continue to do as it does, irrespective of your feelings, opinions, or thoughts whatsoever. It doesn't give a shit. You think the sun's going to stop and go, oh no, that one person, they're sad. Oh no, a whole bunch of people died. The sun's outlived and will outlive probably all of us. Well, I say that in the terms of this generation, it might outlive all of us. We might not be the last of that generation. There might be many more generations yet. Who knows the day and the hour to which it comes to an end. But ultimately, the sun and the moon, the earth, the clouds, and everything that you see is going to be destroyed. It is all destined to be ash, because in the end of the end, the heavens are destroyed, the earth is destroyed, the sun and the moon and the stars are all destroyed, and a new earth is created, and a new heaven is created, and the two of them merge together, and the Lord God, El the Almighty, Emmanuel, Jesus Christ will be the sun, as it will not need the sun, because the light of the Lord will shine forth out into all things, and it will be his dwelling place, and he will dwell amongst men. But that's a long way away. That's a considerable time away. We haven't even got to Christ's return and the 1,000-year reign yet, so it's not coming anytime soon. The dead in Christ will rise first, and they will live out 1,000 years and reign with the Lord. And then after that comes the end. Designated period of time to which that point comes after the end, after Cuck features, the serpent, gets loosed again to deceive the nations and rally up the fight. Anyway, you'll have to know the beginning before you can understand the end, I guess. As he said, so you figured out the beginning, have you? To be asking questions about the end. The beginning started with Adam and Eve in the garden, and the serpent and deception. The creation of this place. Anyway, it is to be known once you discover this thing and this information, I would say you'll become very unhappy with your life, and you will not be a lover of your life anymore, all the things that are here, and as the understanding will be upon you that this is all ash and neither can you take it with you even if you could. As it's been corrupted. But yeah, in any case, do as you will, so Satan asks. I'll follow this narrow path in my narrow-minded ways and believe my narrowness, and I will not turn away from my narrowness or my narrow-minded ways, because the narrow path is your narrow mind and the narrow journey to which you take. The wide path leads you to destruction, and the wide path is do whatever the fuck you want. Be whatever the fuck you want. You too can be whatever you want. It's all a dream. Dreamers dream big. He's a cunt of the highest order, but he gets what he deserves. So the question that I have is like, does he not know this? Like, is it not unknown to him? Like, his destination and his place is already set. It's already he did it. He did it to himself. But I guess maybe it's like ginormous, massive, humongous ego that can't get past itself. And I don't confess to be wise and all-knowing by any stretch of imagination. I'm merely a fool, a mad, crazy man wandering around in the wilderness, rambling on about stuff that probably very few care to hear. So, it's what it is. It's what it is. But all of this is the reason why I set this channel up in the first place, why I started growing these plants. Because I guess I came out of error and unbelief into the truth. And after all, I mean, like, if you are quote unquote a truther, the ultimate conspiracy is exactly what I'm telling you right now. Your adversary convinced you, me, every single one else, that he does not exist. Yet, if it is not abundantly clear, his trademark is fucking everywhere. Look at all the satanic shit. Look at all this Satan worship. Look at the Satan shit here. Look at the Satan shit here. Look what the Satanists are doing. Yeah, but your adversary is imaginary. He's fucking not. He's very much real, and he's very much here, and he's very much a hunter, and he very much fucking hates you, me, and everyone else, and wants us dead. And especially if he can get you before you know this or accept this. And I don't know. I don't know what will happen. Like if you were to try it, but try accepting this information that I'm saying to you. Try going, I don't think he's actually lying to me. I think he's telling me the truth. And see if voices start coming into your head saying, deny it, deny it, deny it. If that should happen to you, fight it. See if you can withstand it. And if you can, visualize yourself throwing fire at it. See if you can burn it. If you can, see what happens then next. I don't know. I mean, that's what happened to me. I heard some information. I realised, shit, that's actually like that's verifiable. I can actually verify this. Like, this isn't like someone trying to lead me astray. Like, this is verifiable information that I've got right here, right now, that I can see. And as soon as I went and accepted it, suddenly, you will deny it, deny everything you've had, deny it, deny it, deny it. It's not true, deny it. Was flooding into my head. I thought I was going fucking insane, going mad. And then I went, no, I will not deny it. Why do you want me to deny it so badly? You want me to deny it so badly? What are you? Where the fuck did you even come from? And I've had these like things before, like in more recent times. I had a quite funny one. Suddenly, like, you know, like a tormenting voice or a whisper in my mind that kind of was like my subconscious or whatever came and was like mocking me and laughing and saying all sorts of weird and wonderful shit to me. I was kind of like stopped and I was like, you waste your time with me. Like, your time is short. You don't really have very long. And would you not be better spent going elsewhere to do this to someone else? Because to me, fuck off. And it stopped and it went away. I was like, okay, it's a bit fucking weird. What the fuck was that all about? Nonetheless, maybe I'm just insane, wandering around in the wilderness, smoking too much weed. It's either that or the things that I can see and touch, and I mean, shit, if I wanted to, if I had, well, not if I wanted to, if I had the money and the ability to go and do this, I could go and rub my face on the ark which sits on Mount Ararat, exactly as it said it does. I could go and touch the anchor stones. I could go and rub myself all over them, because they're a short way down at the bottom of the mountain where they're dragged down. Huge, massive, giant anchor stones of stone that does not even come from anywhere near that. Got some runners. That's a sneaky one. He sneaked right up on me. I didn't hear him until he was like about, I don't know, fucking 5 meters away from me. Anyway, nonetheless, yeah, I could go touch them. Could go swimming in the Red Sea and go and have a look at all the interesting and wondrous coral formations that are the wheels of chariots and so on and so forth. I mean, I could go and touch that shit if I wanted to. I could go and see the brimstone and the pillars of salt, or the pillar of salt that was left where Sodom and Gomorrah are. Dig out the brimstone and light it on fire with a lighter if I wanted to. Do you know what I'm saying? Like, this stuff is tangible. You can touch it. They've been studying this. Like, there's all sorts of crazy shit. It's just whether or not you'll accept it or deny it, and what will happen if you accept it, and ultimately what will happen if you deny it as well. But it's not my book. It's everyone else's book. They have to walk their own path. I am my own individual with my own thoughts and general tendency not to believe any shit that I just stumble across without a lot of skepticism and discernment, because in case you never know, the lies are on the increase quite considerably. See shit tons of videos, like absolute arse tons of videos of random stuff on the site. I can see this on here, I see this on this screen, but nowhere else. I don't see it. Like, I mean, all the supply shortages and all that shit. Like, yeah, I see that. I see the fuel prices and all of that stuff, because like everyone does. And fucking hell, that shit's getting expensive. But such is the game. How are you gonna survive if you even are meant to survive? Like, I'm gonna put this in some way, shape, or form. So, like, the saints. You want to be a saint, huh? You want to be a saint. You have to be prepared to die even like our Lord and Saviour died. You have to firstly accept the Lord and Saviour for who He is and understand exactly what the fuck is going on here, and then die for Him, just like He did for you and me and everyone else that would come to that feast and accept the invitation. And yeah, I mean, I hear all this stuff like people saying, oh, you know, it's a rapture. You get taken out of here, because it says that the saints will be taken out of here before. But I also know it's appointed for every man to die. It's appointed for us all. Like, you will not escape time. You ain't gonna be escaping time anytime soon. And if it isn't time that gets you, it'll be any of other 6 million ways that you can fathom in your mind of how you'll be taken out here. Shit, I don't even know if this video will even get uploaded. Whether I'll get crushed by a car, stabbed by someone, shot, like fucking die of a heart attack, fall over with a brain aneurysm, who knows? I don't know the day or the hour or the time or the minute to which the Lord will say, enough. Come here. Let's have a chat about what's in that book of yours. So, who well knows? Who well knows? But I kind of feel like the whole thing of it is in a way of like, oh, I'll be able to escape all of this stuff and I won't die. Oh, I mean, it would be wonderful if that is the case and don't have to go through all of that shit. But at exactly the same time, my hopes are not pinned on it, and my hopes are pinned on dying for the Lord. And yeah. My mind is made up. I am convinced upon the narrow path that I will lay down my life even as so He did for me. And He died pretty fucking brutally, in a lot of pain and a lot of agony. I would very much like to not die in pain and agony, but at exactly the same time, still more than willing to do that. And I guess the kind of funniness that I find the most of it is like, when I go about doing this stuff and saying these things, people will say, oh, you know, it's just it's the way for the elites to control the masses so that they can control them into doing whatever they want. Problem is, I don't listen to them or do anything that they say, because if I did, I would have been injected multiple times. I would have had masks on my face. I would have been doing all of that shit, because is that not what they wanted me to do? I seem to be quite uncontrollable by them. I seem to have a purpose and a reason to live. I have something that I'm willing to die for. I would say that the vast majority of people, when a sword is put to their neck and their faith is tested in whatever it is that they believe, they will fucking balk at the very first thing. A lot of these people who go around saying, I'm a Christian, I believe in Jesus Christ, when a sword is put to their neck and a man screams in their face, say the Prophet Muhammad is the Grand Old Duke of York, they will go, yes, master, tell me how more I can please you so that you will not slit my throat. Where was your faith? What did you believe in? Because you weren't prepared to die for it. Many are the trials and the tribulations of the saints. The other one as well is, I hear a lot of people go, oh, yeah, I'm part of the 144,000, the first fruits of the Lord. Yep. I'm speaking to the 144,000. Oh, yep, that's us, guys. Come along. We're all part of the 144,000. Tiny issue. One of the very first things about identifying who that they are is that they're all virgins. Yeah, I can't count myself in that anymore. I have children, So no, I cannot be part of the 144,000 because I don't meet number one criteria, being virgin. Okay, so you're a virgin. Congratulations, you managed to withstand the temptations of the flesh and did not touch the fruit to which you should not have touched, which has led to all of this super fun times. Now you have to show that you hear the Lord, you follow him wherever he goes, and you know him entirely. Now, the only ones that I know that Christ said that can match to are children, because he says that the children, like the ones who haven't gone into puberty, they're basically they're his, and they know him because they're in that thing of the unknowledge or no knowledge of puberty and all of the rest of it that comes when you get changed. So they've got to be children. He also says you need to be like children to enter into heaven anyway. Even as an adult, you need to be as a child. And even if you could take off all of your clothes like a child does, stamp them underfoot and go wandering around completely like a child does when you try to get them dressed when they're little, they will fight you because they do not want to have clothes on. But they don't understand. And it's because they don't understand. That's how he would like us to be. So they're then completely faultless and blameless, having done no wrong whatsoever. So like, my surmising in a way, and I know like I'm a fool and I don't know anything, like honestly I know so very little, is that they're highly likely to be like disabled children, because of all of the children, they're unable to do anything wrong. They're the closest matching that I can kind of surmise in my own mind. I mean, like, you know, definitely doesn't show or prove anything by me saying this. It's just my own surmising. Make up your own decisions in this. But it would appear to me that they would be disabled children. So that's how it looks, because it's also to do what they get turned into, because man, you don't want to fuck with 144,000 once they're changed, because they're the reapers who come reaping. It's quite funny, like they take the, like all of these things, they show you the truth and they take the piss out of things and whatever. If you've ever watched the movie Jupiter Ascending, I think it is, which is like Earth is a farm and they harvest stuff from us, which allows them, the space gods, to live forever and ever and ever and ever by extraction of this stuff. And out in the outer reaches of up in space, they're all having a fight over who controls what fields, being various different planets. But yeah, well, if you can decipher it as a harvest, and they come to harvest things, and they send reapers out to reap this harvest. It says, amongst them is all these tares, but I will not send my reapers out to take the tares out, because it might damage all of the wheat that is growing in the field, and that would not be my purpose or my plan to destroy that. But instead, when it comes to harvest time, the first to be chopped out amongst them will be the tares, and then the wheat, and then the tares will be burnt and thrown into the fire. The wheat will taken to the threshing floor. If you've ever seen a threshing floor, it gets pretty messy for the wheat, and then all of the chaff and only the grain is kept, and all the chaff, which is the straw and the seed casings of the wheat, is all thrown into the fire to burn. So that would mean to take something out of something and burn what was containing it. So you could imagine that being your body, and you, the driver, being the pieces of wheat separated. But, yeah. Anyway, probably lost about every single person by this. But anyway, carry on. I've got a whole bunch more seedlings, like fucking round 5. This season has not gone well at all. I don't know what the crop of this season will look like, but I know I will harvest a single plant at least. How big that plant is variable, but all things are from the Lord. If the Lord does not wish me to have a bountiful harvest, I will not have one. If he does, then I will. And in either way, I will give thanks. So yes, we'll carry on, see what we get. I reckon I could probably get about 35-ish plants into the garden that I've got. That's if no one's found it, or hasn't been destroyed, or hasn't all died. And yeah, I mean, if I get 35 stick-sized plants with about a chunk bud on each one, that's probably akin to maybe 2 large plants. But obviously I'd prefer to have 35 large plants with lots of buds on, but you know, it's not my decision. I don't know what's going to happen tomorrow. But anyway, I hope that you're all keeping well and in these super fun times. Yeah, you kind of figure out what's going on and are able to withstand the storm to which comes, knowing that there is only one rock to which you can cling, because all else is sand that will slip through your fingers and be washed away. But, anyway, such it is. I know as things progress, the world will turn on me more and more and more, and I'm sure that people that I know will be responsible for handing me in, but to be honest with you, should it come to that point, it's like, yeah, if you don't take my mark, I'm going to chop off your head. I just laugh. Because it's like, go on then. Oh no, please don't. I wouldn't mock it because, like, you know, they could fucking torture me for like 6 years. And I go, you thought that we were going to let you become a priest of the Lord, huh? And take your head off. No, we'll just torture you for the time that it takes for you to die. But in any case, whatever will happen will happen. And we'll see who runs and we'll see who crawls. Who is right and who is wrong. But, as I said, the truth does not give a shit about a lie, because as soon as the lie is discovered, the truth takes its place. Obviously people can try and put a lie back in its place, but you can imagine it's like a pot. A pot sat on a stand, like a vase on a plinth type thing. And someone's come along and taken one of the pots off of it and replaced it with something else. Well, it doesn't stop that pot from being in existence. You have to imagine that this pot can't be smashed or broken or anything. It can just be hidden. That's all that can be done. And eventually someone will come along and find it, knock off the pot that is the error and the lie, that will smash on the floor, and in its place the truth will be put back again until someone else comes and tries to do the same thing and hide it again and replace it with something else, a counterfeit, something which isn't the truth. And the other thing is, the truth, an error has to continue to survive. It has to continue to make shit up for it to be able to survive. So eventually it runs out of places for it to go, and then it gets broken apart and smashed on the floor and consumed by fire. But anyway, until next time, UK Field Ninja. See you all later.